there was a question from Manjinder, and I see that Manjinder is online today as well. So I will address the question quickly. But before I get started, can somebody prompt here and say that I'm audible to you guys? That'll help, guys. If one of you can please prompt and write that yes, I'm audible to you. I am picking up Manjinder's question 24/7, 1990, 22, 30, and place of birth will be Amritsar, Punjab. Am I audible, guys? Can one of you please comment on the box here so that it's clear to me as well? Loud and clear. Thank you, Rakshit. I appreciate that feedback. Awesome. Thank you. So, hi, Lavanya. And I think, I hope my response was audible to you yesterday. If not, please post your question. And I know you guys paid for yesterday, so I'm just going to take care of that as well. Now, Manjinder, I'm picking up your question first to begin with. Lavanya, I see you also posted your question, and I'm going to take care of it. Yesterday, I did respond to yours, but I don't know what was the problem. But Manjinder's question is that, sir, मेरे 11th हाउस में राहु शनि कंजंक्शन में है चलित कुंडली में, क्या राहु की महादशा ठीक होगी? मुझसे किसी ने कहा है कि मैं तब तक जीरो हो जाऊंगा. No, Manjinder, I had already started responding. See, and I was telling this that you can look. There are so many concepts in birth chart or in Vedic astrology that when we try to deep dive and we try to double click, we tend to pick up all of those concepts and try everything into play. But remember, the D1 is not going to lie to you, okay? Because D1 is the physical representation of what is going to manifest in your life based on your birth chart. And very clearly in your D1, you have your Saturn in retro in the 10th house, and your Rahu is in the 11th. So I would want to assure you that you should not read too much into it. But if for a second we were still to think and deep dive in that form, remember, Rahu tends to take behavior in a conjunction to that planet that it is sitting with. And if it is sitting in isolation, it mostly takes the behavior of the house or the zodiac in which it is sitting. So in your case, it is sitting in the sign of Capricorn, okay? And it is going to behave like Saturn to a certain extent. And that is what is going to be visible to you as well. So see, 11th house and 10th house in Kalpurush chart are the houses of Saturn. Okay, so Saturn's placement, first of all, in your birth chart, it's in a good house. It's in a good, decent dignity. I wouldn't say great, but it's in a decent dignity because it is sitting under the Jupiter influence. Your Jupiter is exalted, though combust. That is not the greatest thing, and yeah, it's your Lagna Lord as well. But Saturn gets directional strength in this place, and you are talking about your Rahu Mahadasha. It is still far away, my friend. Your Rahu Mahadasha is going to come into play from 2034 onwards, but I wouldn't want you to fret over it because it is going to be a period of gains for you. Okay, it is going to be a period of gains for you. Whosoever is giving this unnecessary fear mongering stuff, please, people do a lot of these activities to make money. Do not be bothered about anything negative in your head. And that is why I recommend that you have to try and address. See, when Rahu is typically expansion, okay? But when it takes the behavior of Saturn in 11th could give you isolation from your friends, or you could make friends who are older than your age. Okay, so with Rahu having that behavior in place, you may want to have relationships with people who are wiser, smarter, older, and that is going to help you in your professional or your wish fulfillment or your gains from a monetary standpoint as well. So keep that in mind, Majinder, and things will be okay. Okay, so that was a paid question from yesterday, and I just wanted to address that. And then Lavanya, I'm going to pick up your question as well. I was not sure if yesterday I was clearly audible or not. So Lavanya's question is 17 3 2000 uh, 1919 Kanpur. And Lavanya, I had addressed this for you that your Mercury and Venus are sitting in the sixth house. You were talking about CAT preparation, and I was just giving you a reference that you have to look at the sixth house from a competition standpoint. You're running Venus Dasha, as I remember from yesterday. Within Venus, you are running Mercury. Okay, it's a very good period that you're going through. See, your Saturn is the Lord of sixth, and it is sitting in debilitation in the eighth house. Vimal Viparit Raj Yoga is coming into play, but that Saturn is in debilitation. That is not a great position for it to be in. However, it is sitting with a lord of the house itself, which is Mars. So that debilitation gets niche bang. Okay, so you will get success in competitions, but it'll come um, after a while, or I should say that it may not be to the fullest of what you would imagine. And that is where I was recommending you that your competitive examination, which you would appear in 2025, you have a great such chance of success. However, your interviews will be much better than you anticipate, which will be in the first half of 2026. So if you are working in keeping that in mind, it's going to be a good period in 2025. Higher chances in 2024. Okay, if you are planning to crack your examination in 2024, I think the period is going to be while Jupiter is the pratyantar. I think, if I remember correctly, cat still continues in the October, November, December period, right? So in that, if it is before 29th of October, you stand a decent chance this year as well for cracking the competition. um, However, um, post October this year, things could be a little slim. Okay, and you will have a much better period next year. But that is it. Having said that, you stand very good chance even this year in terms of doing. Hold on a second. I just Sorry, I'll just take my words back. Sorry, I just did not click on the right dasha from 2024 perspective. Um, yeah, actually, next year is a better probability than this year. Okay. Like, I'm not saying you will not be able to crack this year. You will get some percentile, but your percentile in 2025 stands a better chance. Um, but having said that, you are running Moon Pratyantar in Mercury through the course of this year. So if your efforts, your wish fulfillment chances are good this year as well. Okay, but from a competitive cracking perspective, you might be able to get a decent position, but really excelling in terms of the percentile, the probability is higher next year. That is what I would want to convey to you. So I hope, Lavanya, that answers your question. Somebody has contributed already. Sravu, just give me a moment because I need to take up a couple of questions. Hi, Mateha. Good morning. This is, guys, not a members reading. This is for rest of the subscribers. I see members are also dialing in. I see um, AK is also here. So I'll take one question from AK. She's my member. So we'll quickly take this question. And I know, Samia, Padaki, you've posted your questions. I'm going to follow that order as well soon, but I'll have to address the paid question after this. So 2612. 1999, 21:17 p.m. and the place of birth is Cheltenham, UK. When is a good time to look for job as current job living away from home and would like to move? Or should I stay next 6 months to a year? Okay, I'm not able to understand the question. MK daughter, when is a good time to look for job? Okay, let's quickly look at the dashas. Your daughter is in Surya Mahadasha right now, and sun is in the fifth house, and it is the Lagna Lord. Oh, it's a very important dasha that she is running. Okay, and till December of 2024, under the Rahu influence, and Rahu would have taken her away. So yeah, Rahu sitting in 12th as well. Rahu would have taken her away from home place, and it is better to stay away from home until December for sure. And then things should automatically move for her from Jan of 2025. Okay, automatically, because her Jupiter is sitting in the ninth house. Jupiter is the lord of 8th and 5th. Even if she wants, I think very good romantic connection would also pop up next year for her. Some sort of romance will brew for her, and the person could be very lucky and like destined to come to her life. That sort of a thing might happen next year. Okay, and um, I think she should stay wherever she is, away from home for the rest of 2024. That's how it will pan out. That's how it will pan out. Okay, so that is that question, and then we are going to pick up Shruvu's question now. So Shruvu question is for female. Okay, 4/4/2000, 4 4 2000, and then 13:10 p.m. 13:10 p.m. Chirala, Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Sorry. All right. So the question is, how does the Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu transit affect her? All right. So your Saturn will be sitting in the eighth house. Jupiter should be sitting in your 11th house. Um, Rahu, Ketu. So Rahu is sitting in your ninth, and Ketu is sitting in your third. Okay. Now, professional and personal. So, before we dive into that, one thing is clear: your Ketu Dasha is running, okay, and it is going to, it's gonna be a critical one in your case. I would not be surprised if you are having some challenges with respect to your relationship or professional challenges also coming your way. If you've not had a chance, please check out my Ketu video. It's going to give you a lot of understanding, but things are going to improve from Feb of 2025. Okay, when Ketu Mahadasha gets into the last phase. Currently, I wouldn't be surprised if you are acting a bit introverted. There could be a lack of efforts, lack of hard work also brewing in for you, which is not a great thing to happen. But that's a possibility. You might also be open for exploring, new kind of spiritual practices that you've never done before in life. You could get associated with a job which is away from your work hometown, or wherever you're working. There could be a potential transfer that could also pop up until next March. Okay, that is what the transit is telling from Rahu perspective as well. New boss coming into play. uh, I would want you to not focus on any kind of relationships right now, or try and build new relationships. uh, Yeah, that person is again, and that is because of the transit of the Jupiter. That person is popping up. But see, look into your main dashas. Transit affects you only, 30 to 40% at best. It's basically your natal chart. Okay, and your natal chart is telling me it is not the greatest of the period for you, especially because Ketu is sitting in your seventh house. Okay, uh, just put a hold on this relationship thing. Take a break. I'm not saying end your relationship, but give some time to yourself. Heal yourself first. And as you are also telling me here that you are facing that challenge, so I'm indicating in the right direction. Please bear for some time, my friend, because it's not an ideal period. Okay, and One thing is that you have to put in your efforts in isolation. Saturn tells hard work, efforts, energy. You have to put that in isolation, focus yourself, and work harder. That is the only way out, because else you're going to struggle. Okay, so Shruvu, I hope that gives you the answers. And I know bunch of these questions. I've not been a lazy ass, guys. I've had a lot of travel, and that is the reason I've not been able to come up with recordings. But I will try and find some time to shoot some of these transit videos. I've not done a July reading as well, and I'm like, I feel very unhappy with myself. But um, I might not be able to come up with July reading, but I will try and come up with transit videos for sure. And hopefully, we'll be able to resume back in the regular order as we used to run the channel. Given that I'm back in the US now. Okay. So I hope that gives you your answer, Shabu. We will pick up Soumya Padki's question now. Male 7/6/2002. 7/6/2002. 11:22 a.m. Bangalore. And I'm gonna pick up Bangalore urban, okay? Okay, so what is your question? Okay, so I think this person wants to know quick question on the education front. Um, whether or not he or she will go abroad. So you are uh, about to finish your Venus Dasha. Um, yeah, and it's going to be ending in September of 2024, and then Sun will start. Sun is the Lagna Lord, so a good period is starting for you in a couple of months, 2 3 months time. And your Sun is sitting in the 10th house. It's a beautiful placement as well. Good for you. However, it is getting eclipsed by Rahu and Ketu. That is the trouble. Saturn and Mercury are also placed. So directionally, if you see, all four planets from a professional standpoint that can come and sit in the 10th house are all sitting in for you. Sun, Saturn, Rahu, and Mercury. Beautiful. However, Sun will get some diminishing effect because of that Rahu eclipse. And Saturn present, Saturn is getting combust. Now, from a international education standpoint, see, education is going to give you gains. Okay, your fifth lord and your eighth lord is sitting in 11th, which is so most of the planets tend to give good results um, in that situation. However, I um 12th lord is coming in ninth. Yes, so there is a possibility of you getting foreign. See, foreign connection is definitely seen. I'm not confident if foreign education is going to bless you, but foreign connection, like you could end up working abroad, or you could end up having a job role which has a very strong foreign interface. That is for sure. But education wise, um, yeah, 12, 11, 10, 7. Yeah, education wise, I think you are going to make gains, or you're going to work in an industry which is in the same line of your education. But I doubt that you are going to go and study abroad, or at least if you push yourself, you can, because there is a seventh connection of the Lord happening there. But profession wise, yes, there is a very very strong probability of you working abroad or having a connection there. Education, I'm not getting a certain answer. Okay, Soumya. But is he going to go for masters abroad, or will he get job opportunities? I think yes. I'm not very confident on education. Or even if he pushes, he might not get the quality of college that he might be aspiring for initially. So that might not work out. All right. So that is the answer for Soumya Patki. There is a quick question from Rakshit. We're gonna just respond to that and then resume. Rakshit's question is 11/6/89. Um, 6:39 a.m. Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Okay. Uh, so, how will the coming change in Antardasha be? Starting a new job in August and been spouse hunting. Anything positive? I know, Rakshit, you've been coming in for that particular question. You are in Rahu Dasha. Rahu is in its own sign of Aquarius in ninth house. Um, Change in Antardasha is going to happen for you in Mercury, and that Mercury Antardasha, it's your Lagan Lord as well. Okay, and Rahu Mercury have a good connection, boss. So from from this Antardasha perspective, it is going to be a decent one. Bed pleasures are going to increase for you. Um, you are going to invest heavily, or you are going to make some gains in terms of your assets through foreign connections as well. Maybe your job is going to require you to do that, and you are going to make some acquisition, some sort of asset building is going to happen for you during this 3 year period. Okay, 2.5 3 years almost. So that is going to be good for you. There is going to be increase in bed pleasures for sure in the next 3 years. And from a marriage perspective, which is where your seventh lord, unfortunately, I keep calling it out, remains combust. So we are going to look into the Venus Pratyantar. Okay, post April of 2025, you stand a good chance to find some relationship brewing, developing for you. Um, yeah, post April of 2025. So yeah, I know you keep asking about marriage, and we've talked about the seventh Lord Jupiter being combust in the 12th, but Venus is sitting in Lagna, and Venus is the depictor of relationships as well. And from that perspective, I'm saying that some sort of relationship will definitely brew for you, or you will have a probability of developing something from April of 2025. Overall, this Antardasha is going to be a good period for you, Rakshit. So enjoy this period. You're going to do well. Okay. Rahu Mahadasha and Mercury Antardasha typically is well, and it's your Lagna Lord as well. So it's going to help you. All right. Um, there's the next question. Lavanya's question we've handled. PRJ has asked a question here. So I'm just resuming back to the same order in which the questions were coming in. So PRJ, and the question is Preeti Ranjan Jaina, male 19/1/1993. 19/1/1993. 23:45. Jaipur. It's Jaipur, right? Yeah. Jaipur, Odisha. Plus, I have not seen any. I'm not finding. Oh, Jajpur. Jajpur, Odisha. Okay. All right. Yeah, I have a chart. All right. So he's asking what is going to be your soul purpose. Whenever you want to see your soul purpose, you have to look at your sun. Okay. And you have to look at uh, your house that sun rules as well. So your sun is sitting in the fourth house. It is losing its directional strength, and it is sitting with Saturn, um, where Saturn is sitting in its own sign. Okay. Here Saturn is going to be more powerful, even though both Sun and Saturn they lose their directional strength in the fourth house, but Saturn will overpower Sun in this case. So somewhere or the other you will feel lost. Okay, but you will be happy when you derive gains. So your Sun is sitting in the fourth house, meaning that throughout your life, if you are going to build your mental peace, or you do or you serve your mother, or you build assets. Now, see, mental peace is also an asset. Remember that. Or building knowledge, because education is seen, degree is seen from the fifth house, but knowledge, I say, is seen from the fourth house itself. So the more knowledge you acquire, the more confident you become, more peaceful you become, or the more asset you build. Any of these things. Now you have to figure out what works for you, but I would like to believe, since your sun is ruling your 11th house, you will be driven by gains. So in your case, if you are able to make relationships, friendships, I mean, that bring you a lot of respect or happiness, that, or any kind of wish fulfillment, or any kind of gains that help you build assets, that is going to be the purpose for you. That is what you will be driven with. All right. So I hope that answers your question. We have another one which has come from Pranav. So we are going to take that quickly. Pranav's question is 17/10/1996, 1939, Manipal, Karnataka, I believe. Okay, so I'm taking Manipal as Karnataka. Um, all right, I see a lot of my members are coming in. Gluten Guru is also here, guys. I ran the member session. I run two memberships sessions every month, and I had a session last week as well for you guys, and there was very less audience. So, nevertheless, we will try and take your questions here. But I'm just surprised that you guys missed that session. Because AK was here, Gluten Guru is here, Roberto is here, so Matea is here. Hello, Matea, and all of you guys have not joined the previous session dedicated for you guys. Anyways, um, uh, so Pranav, Karan's question is that I've had multiple career breaks. Is there something that I can take up other than IT? I don't want to continue in IT. Is music a good option? Music will be of interest to you. Venus is sitting in your fifth house in the sign of Leo, and Sun is, by the way, in debilitation, sitting in your seventh house, and your fifth lord is going to seventh. So, very high probability that you would have had a love marriage as well. But some kind of challenges continue to come in your married life. Okay. Um, Career breaks because Mercury is exalted, but it is combust. It is sitting in the sixth house, Lord of sixth, along with Rahu. It's a good Rahu placement, and Mercury is not bad either, but it is getting into combustion. So career will face keep job will keep facing issues. Okay, and tenth Lord Saturn is sitting three places away from itself in the sign of Jupiter. Yeah, and it is sitting with Ketu. That is another trouble, and it is getting aspected by Rahu as well. See, your career success is going to come with a lot of hard work. Every time you have the 10th Lord going three places away from itself, I'm facing it, okay? So I'm telling you with utmost confidence and responsibility. People like us, we have to slog our asses off, work harder than other people. If I have to make devastrology successful, I will have to work twice as hard as somebody else in my shoes to make it happen. That's what I'm trying to convey here. So Pranav, please be prepared for that extraordinary amount of efforts that are required. And remember, this Saturn is in retro position as well. Okay, so it is going to have some impact into your 11th house. So it might give you a tendency of building friendships that are with people older than you, and it may not be a bad thing in your case. That's going to support you. I would urge you exploring opportunities away from your birthplace. Going in a foreign land is going to help you. That is going to give you an uptick in your career. I did not understand this for myself until I learned astrology 3 years back, right? Or started learning astrology 3 years back. And I was trying to stay back in India, and I always wanted to live in India. But my Surya is coming and sitting there, right? So it gives you that sole purpose. But the point I'm trying to make is three places away from itself, it's a tough position from a career perspective. Job is where you will struggle. Business also gives you struggle because of that sun's situation. However, it's not a bad yoga for one person to build business. The only challenge is that there is no niche bhanga which is coming into play for this sun. Yeah. Actually, it is sitting in exchange with Venus, which is a good thing. Parivartan Yoga is getting formed. It's not a niche banga, but it's a Parivartan Yoga with Sun and Venus. So you might be able to do decently well in business if you do it in partnership with your wife. Okay. Music would be of interest to you. You could explore it, but I would not recommend you to explore it full time. I think it could be a side hustle. You should start it as a side hustle. That's what Venus is doing with its impact to the 11th house. It will give you some additional gains, but it should not be, or I cannot recommend right now it to be a full time thing. And your second lord is coming in fifth, which is a good thing here. So creativity is going to give you gains. It's going to give you money. So explore that for sure, Pranav. But I hope you get the answer. And not being comfortable in IT, uh, it's not about IT. In any job, you would have struggled. It's not just about IT. Okay. Yeah. So that's the problem. And Ketu is giving you, is aspecting your, sitting in conjunction with Saturn. So any work you do, even if you explore music, in some time you will have this tendency that Rashri posting the same question multiple times is not going to help you. Please keep the question posted once. There is a very specific rule that in this channel you're not supposed to post multiple times and hog the entire this thing. I'll not be able to address that question then. All right, so Pranav, I hope that answers. And Rashri, I'm trying to continue in this. If your question is very important, you have to pay for it and get priority. If you cannot, then please be patient. Yeah, I'm trying to answer all the questions that I can, and I know I've come after a long time. I'll try and stick back and solve as many queries as I can. All right, coming back in the order of the list because this was disturbed with a, fan funding question. So I'm picking up the question of Dishant, 13/12/2002, 1940, Banswara. All right, the question is architect, bus, D10 and all that stuff in this thing. I will not be able to spend too much time. I'll give you a quick prediction from D1 just to keep it fast because then I have to just change screens and everything. Okay. Um, uh, Architect trying to move into real estate. My Venus Madasha started just now. Okay. So your Venus Dasha has started in July. Yes. And you will be under Venus. So Ketu Sandhi will continue in for you. Ketu is sitting in your sixth house. Okay. Now Venus is in its own sign with Mars. Good placement. So your question is that you are trying to ex- architect trying to move into real estate. Architecture is good. Mars is sitting with Venus in the fifth house. That creativity, etc., is going to be great for you. Job will not give you success. Mars is eight to itself. Mars is the lord of 11th and 6th, and Mercury is the lord of your fourth house, and it is coming four places away from itself. Okay, you can explore that. You can explore that. Saturn is also in retro, sitting in Lagna. Okay, so you can explore that, but I would not recommend you to drop the ball from doing architecture work. Why? Because that gives you more success very clearly. Venus is in its own sign. Mars is not in the greatest of the positions. Okay, 11th lord is coming seven places away from itself in the fifth house. It's coming in Trikon, which is good. um, Saturn is your lord of fortune coming and setting in Lagna, which is also good. You are going to be pretty damn lucky with most of the things, with most of your deals. However, it's just that I'm like, when I look at Mercury is in a decent Kendra to Kendra connection is happening, but it is your Lagna lord as well. So you are going to run after assets, but Mercury in seventh is not one of the greatest positions. Okay, and then it is sitting in the sign of Jupiter. So explore it in parallel, but your core money making should be with this thing. You building assets for yourself in real estate is going to be good, but you trading with that asset. will take some time. Okay, and if I can give you specifically the period as well, I think it'll take some time. It'll take some time. Okay, it's going to be a long haul play. So I hope that answers your question, my friend. So that was that question. Okay, Rajshri has pushed the agenda. Oh, man. I'm assuming you are a female. Okay, so I'm going to look at Rajshri here. 29 6. 29 6th 1993, 2:30 p.m. 14:30 p.m. Salem. All right, so you are a Libra ascendant with moon in your lagna. So your moon and lagna chart are all the same. Your lagna lord is sitting in seventh. Okay, so yes, marriage is going to be very, very key to you, and your partner is going to be very important for you. Uh, but your Jupiter is sitting in the 12th house. Okay, and it is sitting in the sign of Gemini. It is the lord of sixth and third. Okay, now here are certain traits that you should expect, and your Mercury is in the enemy sign where Jupiter is sitting. So one thing is for sure, there is a very high probability that the partner that you would get married to would be, very hardworking in nature, or might have a good risk appetite. Okay, that is going to be there in this person. Second thing is that uh, 7 से इधर जा रहा है, 12 11 10. Yeah, so I think hard work is going to define this person. That is number one. Okay, even if this person is in job, this person is going to be very driven. There is a high probability that this person at some point in time might want to explore working on their own. Okay, at some point in time, that spirit could be there. uh, there could be some sort of loss that might come in career. It could be a job loss, or it could be I mean, I can't predict from your chart 100%. Okay, so I will not claim to, but I am seeing that probability, and that is because of the dignity of the Lord where Jupiter is placed. Okay, it's Mercury's dignity which is making me say this. So that some sort of politics or some sort of loss, unexpected thing, big time, once in life, definitely coming in play. Health is another thing this person will have to take care of. It's going six places away from itself. So either that job loss, or business issue that I'm suggesting, it could result into major financial losses, or it could result into some sort of health concern as well. Okay, that is also seen. But apart from that, I think from your perspective, you're going to be very, very driven in terms of this driving this relationship and making it happier one. And your spouse could be very strong looking as well, uh, like physically, he might try to come across well built, but internally, health, that person has to take care of. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Rashri. And yes, yeah, please do not spam, because that's not something I appreciate in the channel. So thank you for acknowledging. All right, divine calling. Coming back to divine calling, in the same order. Sorry guys, I have to keep on addressing the questions which keep coming in as fan funding questions. So 6496, 64 1996, 3:15 a.m. Poonch Jhansi. 3:15 a.m. Poonch Jhansi. Okay, I had to put in Jhansi for you. Okay, it was not taking Poonch somewhere. I failed my CSE exam. Should I try again or change my career path? What can I choose instead? Career guidance, please. Um, Mercury. Mercury is combust. Yeah, competitive examination success is not going to be easy for you. Sixth Lord is sitting combust in fourth. Okay, sixth Lord is sitting combust, as well as you somewhere lack hard working ability, or um, like that there is a lack of firepower as well in you. Divine calling, that's not a good thing. Your Mars is also sitting combust. Okay, Saturn dasha is going on for you, and since it is career guidance, see, moon is in your 10th house. Lord of 10th is Venus, which is sitting in the fifth. This moon is going to give you a lot of career breaks, and this moon is also going to make you switch a lot. Okay, so when this kind of a situation comes, I recommend people that take a work which requires you to either take up different roles throughout your career, or it makes you travel a lot. So sales kind of a role, or taking regular transfers, because you have to take break from the place that you're sitting in, and you need to have fluidity in your profession. Okay, and since your Venus is your 10th lord and it is sitting in the fifth house in its own sign, I see a very strong chance that you should go for your own business, because your seventh lord moon is sitting in 10th. Okay, and that business can either be a food business as well, because of the connection of Venus and moon. So you running your business is much better for you when compared to going for a job. Sixth lord is combust. You should think about it and you will do well. Okay, you will do, like, if, the problem is your 11th lord is also combust, so you have to understand. That's why I was saying Mars is combust. Your risk taking appetite could be less, but you have to take that leap of faith. If you do that divine calling, you're going to do much better. Venus profession, especially food related business, very very good for you. And if you can do something with food or transport, like you like a moving truck sort of a business, food business, very good for you. I know it might is not something that you were seeking with that CSE exam, and I don't know what that CSE exam is, but I'm assuming it is some kind of competition for getting entry into some kind of profession. But uh, that is the kind of, you should go for business. Okay, that's all I'll say. Okay, next question is Shweta Yadav. I know a paid question has come, guys, but I've picked up the free one first, so I'll answer that. 8 9 90 8, okay, 8:30 a.m. Jhansi. The question is, going through financial crisis, guidance for the upcoming year. Okay, going through see, multiple questions I'll not be able to take up in this thing, but you're running through Mars dasha. Okay, within Mars, Jupiter is going on, and then Saturn will come into play for the next 1 year. Mars is sitting in your Lagna, and it is sitting in the. It's not sitting in a great situation. Okay, and where is Mercury? Mercury is sitting 12th to itself. Oh my gosh. Um, See, your profession is always going to require a lot of hard work, because 10th Lord and Lagna Lord is sitting in the 12th house. Okay, that is true. It's going to require a lot of hard work. Moon is also sitting combust. That is another tricky situation, but Sun is in its own sign, so at least that is some respite. Um, hmm. uh, you're gonna hate me for this, but the coming period is not great. Okay, Mars Dasha is going on, and within that Saturn is sitting in retro, and you are in business, I assume, right? If you're in job, then the situation is much worse. If you are in job, then the situation is much worse, but if you are in business, then you If you are in business, then it was a troublesome period until December. uh, and it's going to be a lot of hard work even with the Saturn Antardasha, because Saturn is aspecting your seventh house. So it will keep on throwing in challenges. And oh boy, you are going to get some respite from Jan of 2026. That's where you are, whatever profession you are in, you are going to find some stability. And Ketu's in your 10th, so profession is not going to be easy for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That is a quick this thing that I could give. Um, Pavank Katam is the next question that we are taking. 18685. 1814 Kovur, Andhra Pradesh. All right, and the question is, married life has been very tough. Thinking of separation. How is my future of married life looking like? Thank you. Okay, so you're a Scorpio ascendant. Um, Venus is your seventh lord, and it is sitting in sixth house. It is sitting 12 places away from itself. Yes, married life is supposed to be tough. Um, I clearly see extramarital affair coming into play. Venus is getting in conjunction with Rahu. Let me check what is your Dara Karka. Yeah. And Sun is sitting in eighth, which is your Dara Karka. So some sort of outside situation will come into play. Jupiter is sitting in debilitation in retro, and and your moon is combust as well. So it is not getting any niche bhanga. Where is Saturn? It is not getting in niche bhanga as well. But your Saturn is in exaltation, which is good in retro and in exaltation. So, my friend, what is the period running? And Saturn period in itself is running. Okay, so if you want, you would be able to save the divorce. Separation. I don't think you mean separation. I think you mean divorce, because separations is that I feel that there is a very high probability of divorce coming in. But if you really want, you will be able to save this divorce. Okay, you will be able to save this divorce only after September of 2027. Current until 2027, Mercury Antardasha, Ketu Antardasha running, both of them are going to be tough for you. Mercury is also combust. Yeah, it is not going to be helpful, and so is the Ketu Antardasha. So from 2027, so I think if you can, oh my gosh, it's not an easy one to tell, my friend. Pavank, you need to, if you want to save this marriage, see, divorce can be saved. Okay. And I think if thinking of separation, I think if you're saying living separately for some time, yes, you could actually think of that and cool off. Then I think there is a better probability of things shaping better for you. Else, from 2027, there is a chance you guys can recover. Okay. And I see some extra marital situations also, and I see periods also. So I would want you to be careful around that. And your wife could have some kind of temper as well. She needs to control her temper as well. I think she's also losing her cool. Um yeah. Okay, so my recommendation is, boss, separation. If you want to save this marriage, then I understand why you're thinking separation. And yes, that separation makes sense till September of 2027. I know it's a long period that I'm saying 3 years, but please do not lose touch. 2026 to 2027 looks like a year of absolutely losing touch, which might be worsening the situation of patch up. But if you can stick around for these 3 years, then you can recover. Okay, Pavank. So I hope that answers your question. Um, There is some person who's put in A29. I don't know. I don't know who's A and contributing 29 rupees, because I'm assuming it's a thank you, because I can't even see your question, and uh, Google will not allow answering that. So, Mamta, I know you've put in a paid question. Give me a minute. I need to just quickly answer the question for Roberto, who's my member. Okay, and I need to answer for another member of mine. Both of my members are logged in, and they missed my regular session, so I need to address. They pay monthly. Okay, so I have to just pick up my questions for Roberto first. And there was one more member I'll need to Gluten Guru, I guess. So just give me a moment and I'll come back. Roberto, this is for your son, August 5th, 2005. 5th of August will be 8th, 2005. Um, 1343. 1343. Oh, 43. One second. 43. Richland. Richland, Washington. Okay. So the chart is here. What are his best financial options? He is a Libra ascendant as per Vedic astrology, and Venus is going and sitting in the 11th house. Okay, Lagna Lord going and sitting in the 11th means he's going to be very very driven and motivated towards finding his own gains. His 10th Lord Moon is combust. Mercury in retrograde in the 10th house, and is also combust, and so is Saturn sitting in the 10th house. The only alive, this one, which is naturally Sun sitting there. So, four planets in the 10th house. Combustion is killing a bunch of things, which means he could do very well in career, but it's going to diminish his impact to a certain extent. But then Sun is the Lord of 11th and also coming in 10th. So, this guy is going to do pretty well overall. See, he could be very very aspirational, or he could be making very silly mistakes at very crunch times from a judgment perspective in his profession, which is something he needs to be nurtured with. You have got to educate him to figure out a strategy, or do his behavioral conditioning as to how he can improve his decision making, because I see that getting impacted for him for sure. um, but this guy is going to be driven by professional success. I would recommend him to be self-employed and do something of his own. He will do pretty well. Just keep a check on his temper as well, but he will do very well. Roberto, if you're listening to this right now, and I hope you are, and you've not dropped off. So if you are listening to the question, please yeah, and Gluten Guru, I was just about to answer your question. Just give me one moment. There is one more paid question before you. Roberto, you are my member, and I wanted to make sure you've got the response. Um, Next question is for Mamta. We're going to pick that up. Mamta, I'm assuming you are a female. Okay. So 2 3 1994 2 3 1994 3:08 p.m. 15 15:08. And what is the place? Bangalore. And I'm gonna pick Bangalore urban. Okay. So the question is: working in government sector, expecting a promotion, but it's getting delayed. Also preparing for competitive examinations. Please guide. All right. So yeah, working in government sector. Your second lord is sitting in eighth, and you should be sitting in like a, what should I say, like a back end job sort of a thing. uh, it could be in accounting, it could be in insurance, it could be something at the back end, which is what I see from your government profession. And yes, because sun rules your second, it's going to bring in money, and it is aspecting itself back as well. So that is going to be there. From a competitive examinations perspective, Jupiter is retro in fourth, lord of your sixth. Let me look at your dasha. So you're running Saturn combust. Saturn is in combustion, though it is in its own sign, but it is in combustion. Please be very watchful from your married life perspective as well. I'm so sorry, I'm digressing a bit, but I see a couple of things I would want you to be careful. Be very, very, like, do chart matching. Saturn is combust, and your Mercury is also sitting in retrograde there. Okay, so just want you to be careful around that. Anyways, coming back to your question, um, Moon is in fourth house, and Moon period is running for you. Saturn Moon में तो नहीं देगा. See, yeah, is your competition between September to December of 2024? You stand a very good chance. Okay, from 15th of September till 30th of November, actually, if your competitive exam is there, you stand a very good chance of cracking it. That is point number one. Point number two, very good chance, because Gaj Kesari Yoga is also in play for you in your chart. Okay, and then the second thing is your promotion, right? It I don't see a promotion happening right now. It's not about getting delayed. You actually stood a good chance last year. I don't see a promotion coming in right now. Promotion is very hard to come in my mind. Okay, you focus on your cracking your examination, you might be able to crack it. If it is in that period, there is a very high chance for you to do that. But see, from your career perspective, na, things will improve from 2029 and onwards. You will start doing better from 2029 and onwards from your job perspective. Hmm. Okay, and whenever getting married, please have a double click. I just wanted to call that out. Additional bonus answer. Okay. Uh, all right. Gluten Guru, you are my regular member, and sorry to make you wait, but the point is that I run these sessions for you guys regularly. Okay. Or okay, you wanna check it for your boyfriend? Hold on. Subhash, August 6th. 6th of 8th, 1994, 1512. 1512, Tiruchirappalli. Tiruchirappalli. Okay, when can we get married is job, but so Gluten Guru, I'm not gonna be able to do matchmaking here because I don't see your chart. Okay, so um, I'm going to just look at his chart. Okay, as to when his period is running good, and he's running through Ketu Dasha. So I recommend no marriage until 2030, until end of 2030. Okay, definitely no marriage for him until end of 2030, and that Ketu Dasha is not something I recommend. Romance and Ketu sitting in the fifth house, romance during this period typically has negative outcomes. Okay. Oh my gosh, you were not expecting me to say all this bullshit. I'm so sorry that I know you've talked about your chart before, and we were not expecting this, but oh my gosh, he just started through Ketu Dasha, by the way. He just started through Ketu Dasha, and I think certain turbulences are going to now come in his chart. His Mercury is combust, Moon is combust. Business is not going to be good for him. Married life looks troublesome for him because seventh Lord Mercury is combust, okay, and sitting in eighth. So, Gluten Guru, you just heard about the previous chart about the person who was asking the similar question, and he had the same situation. Okay. Um, this person's chart, Subhash's chart, as you calling out, it has combust Mercury. If this birth detail is accurate, what you've provided me, and I'm going to repeat it, it's August 6th, 1994, 1512. Yes, Tiruchirappalli, 78 East, 41 degrees, uh, and 10 degrees North, 48 minutes. For this person, Mercury is combust, Moon is combust, um, Ketu is sitting in the fifth house. My gosh, I hate my job when I have to say make these kind of predictions. Romance is not going to brew positively for him. Married life looks very, very troublesome, or it could end as well. I would want you guys to be very patient and wait if that is if you guys are planning to settle down. Um, and romantic period will be tough for this person for the next 1 year. I hope I'm not the reason causing this here. Meg, I'm so scared of this karma. Fuck. His Venus is also in debilitation in the 10th house. Okay, business is not good for him. Seventh lord and 10th lord are both getting combust and moving into eighth. Okay, he should stick with a job. Sixth lord is coming and sitting in debilitation in the 10th house, but he should still stick with a job that is going to make him do better. And his Lagna lord Jupiter is sitting in the 11th house. That is going to be much better for him. Okay, he is going to do much better in job. And from mind perspective, he is not very determined guy. His determination is weak. I'm so sorry for all this prediction. Oh, so you say that it is correct. Fuck, man. I'm so sorry, Gluten. I really hate when I have to make these kind of predictions. Sorry, guys, rest of you. But I get worked up when I see something, and I know she's very interested in the guy, but I have unfortunate news, and I'm so sorry about that. Fuck. Okay, I need 30 seconds, guys. All right. So quickly jumping back to the rest of the questions. Um, we are coming back to Cap Wilder, and I'll take few questions from down the barrel as well because some people, I don't know how many people are sitting. So Aditya Pitke, I'm going to take your question. 25th of April 2000. 8:54 M Sangli. How will be financial situation in life, especially in Rahu Madhya? I'm starting pilot training in October in South Africa. Will I get airline? Cap Wilder, we had talked. I think your Ketu had some this thing, right? Um, I remember you are running Mars में केतु आ रहा था 2026 exactly. So I think that is what you had planning for at that period that you will get graduate. So what is your question? Mm, Rahu Mahadasha, how yeah, you're gonna do decently well. Rahu's aspecting your 11th house as well, and it is sitting in the house of this thing. So financially, you should be able to do well. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about it. All right. Just score Gil profile. Just score. Core. I'm assuming you're a female. 10 to 95. 7:35 a.m. Ramgarh, Bihar. Okay. Uh, all right. So your question is, since 10 years, which stone should I wear? Yeah, I personally refrain. All the people who've done consultations, paid consultations as well with me. You see, I don't wear stones. Okay. Um, I personally refrain from. I believe more in chanting mantras and stuff. And um, see, the reason I don't get into stone astrology is because I tried them and it didn't give me the results, or maybe it didn't work out for me. And um, I'll openly accept it. Potentially, my knowledge maybe is not. I'm not very confident of my knowledge in that, because, and I'll tell you why. Because I tried yellow sapphire, and I was told in my consultation many years back, and in my own research, I thought it could be good for me, and it was not. So I experimented things on myself. I've seen a lot of things play out for myself with my own knowledge, and when I'm 100% sure, that is when I come back and commit to you guys. Here I'm not confident. So maybe if you believe and if you have trust in somebody who understands the space pretty well and can give you understanding in that, please go ahead. My guess is a lot of times people are trying to make money in this space, and then the quality of stone could also be an issue, which may or may not work, and that is why I personally refrain. So I will not be able to give you the right recommendation. I'm so sorry. I'm not the right person in this space. All right, Majinder's question we've taken up. We'll take up Pranav's question. Pranav is 24 9 2000 4 2 3000 2000 6:45 a.m. Parli 5 a.m. Parli Parli Vajnath. Dude, where is Parli Vajnath? Parli Vajnath. It's in Beed district. Okay, Maharashtra. Yeah. So Beed, Maharashtra is what is coming on the software. All right. I took admission for MSc CHE, but I'm not sure what to do in life. Should I try for government job exams? Please guide me. Saturn is sitting in the ninth house. It is the lord of sixth. Okay, and Sun is sitting in Lagna. Okay, and where is Mercury? Mercury is sitting in the second house. Okay, very interesting. Um, okay, so government job, yes, you can try. Um, Government job, yes, you can try, but you have a Raj Yoga from Saturn perspective in retro. Yeah, you should try for government job preparation. You might be able to crack it. It'll take some time, about 2 to 3 years. Okay, and you will be able to crack it, Pranav. It'll take some time. 2027 is second half is the best period all the way till 2028 first half. That 1 year period is very high probability you'll get a job. Okay, and you will make good money, and you will make good money. Good matlab good money. Okay, I'm telling you, Pranav, you will make good money in life. Okay, try for government job. You might enter into politics as well at sometime in future. At when the right age comes, please think of it. It'll be a good thing to explore. It's my life. Nine. Sorry. It's my life. I'm assuming you're a male. Okay. It's my life. IML. All right. 9, 8, 1992, 1555, Mumbai. Trying for marriage. Can you tell me when is the correct yog? Okay. Ketu is sitting in your seventh house. You will face challenges in marriage. And your Mercury is combust, which is the lord of seventh house, sitting in retro in your eighth house. Good thing is you are trying for marriage at this period in your moon Mahadasha. Mm, yeah, find you should get married only with proper chart matching. Okay, marriage is troubled in your chart. Okay, and I don't see right now is a good period until November of 2024. After that, I don't. After that, I think there is a decent period between 2026 June till November of 2027. That is a decent period for you to get married. Maybe your best chance in this dasha. And then rest of sorry, did I say June of 2026 till November of 2027? Then from that period, from November of 2027 till June of 2028, you should not even think about getting married. And last window for you will be June of 2028 till Feb of 2030. Potentially the best period after the second one. Okay, but boss, you need thorough mapping before something pans out for you. Your marriage house looks tough. Astik Kumar. Oh my god, there are too many questions. Okay, Pranav, you've posted something, but I have no idea where your question is. I have no idea where your question is. So I'll have to just resume back. Next question is Chanchal Chaudhary. That's what I'm going to take. Okay. Um, Chanchal Chaudhary. 16th May 2004, 6:20 a.m. Ajmer, Rajasthan. How will be appearance and nature of spouse? Angry spouse. She will lose her temper a lot. She will lose her temper a lot, and but doesn't mean that she will burst out immediately. No, I'm assuming you're a guy. Based on that, I've made that remark and that prediction. Very good in communication. Very good in communication, spouse. Okay. So that is the answer to your question. Rachri, we've already answered your question. Poona Sharma says hello, hi. Fatima Nakwi. So we'll take Fatima's question. Fatima, I'm assuming you're a female. Um, 8th December 1996. 8th December 1996. 4:35 p.m. Faisla, Faisalabad, Punjab, Pakistan. Got it. All right. So Fatima's question is, when will I get married and how will be my spouse in married life? Um, Fatima, your hmm, your Lord of Seventh is going into 11, so it's going to House of Gains. You are going to grow after your married life pretty well. Okay, and this is a good period going on for you. All the way till October of 2026 is a very good period for you to get married. You are running through that dasha. The other period will be in the other period could be from last end of 2027 till mid of 2030. But right now you are running through a very good period all the way till October of 2026 when you get married. Okay, you're running through a good phase, and the best of this is going to come next year, between March to August of 2025. One of the best periods of your life to get married. Okay, Fatima. So hopefully that answers your question. Chanchal Chaudhary, we have already answered your question. So many repeats. Divine calling, we've already answered that. Anvi Mathur. Again, Anvi, I'm assuming you're a female. 21st of October. 21st of October 2005. It's already 9:18 p.m. Okay. 10:15 a.m. Jodhpur. 10:15 a.m. Jodhpur, Rajasthan. All right. What is the question? Medical field or civil services? Uh, Civil services is not the profession for you. Go for medical field. Mars is sitting in sixth. It is in retro. It is your Lagna Lord. Yes, you should go for medical field without any questions asked, hands down. And Venus is sitting in Lagna as well. You can be a very good surgeon. Okay. Ketu is also sitting in 11th in the sign of Virgo. You should explore surgeon in medicine field, Anvi Mathur. It's going to be very good for you. All right. Dr. Ankita, psychology. Ankita, 21st of November 1988, 11:27 a.m. Ludhiana. Okay. I landed in Canada in May on PR basis. There is delay in my PR card due to bad job market and no jobs. Why are people moving to Canada, yaar? When can I expect my PR card and job in India? Acha. And due to bad job, no, I wish to move back. See, astrology is one thing, but logically, Ankita, why are people moving to Canada? I don't even understand. Like, that country is not self-sufficient, and they have a very bad immigration policy. Anyways, you're running through Moon Mahadasha within Moon, and your Moon is sitting in the fourth house in Aries. So, and you are in psychology, so that's interesting. With Moon and Aries. Mm, so Where is your Venus? Acha, Venus is sitting in the 10th house. Okay, interesting. With combust Mercury. Okay, and you will live away from your home place or your birthplace, away from your mother, whatever you may want to call it. You will live away from that. That is for sure. Even if you try and come back to India. Now, your Lagn Lord is sitting in the 12th house. Again, that gives an indication that you might stay away from your homeland. Hmm. So you are going to stay away from your homeland. Now, I'm not sure about Canada, but yes, no wonder your destiny took you to Canada. Okay. And then within this, you are going to start your Saturn Antardasha. So actually, I find it to be doubtful that you might come back. You might stay back. Okay. And job, you will not be able to do great. Consider self employment or consider, because there will always be some or the other trouble in job for you. Mercury is combust. Some or the other trouble will always be there. Consider doing something of your own, you will do much better. Ankita, psychology. All right, there is some paid question that has come in. I have to take that up. I already answered your question, Aditya. Thank you for your contribution. You might have to replay back. Uh, uh, I've already answered your question. You have to just go and replay back. I'm so sorry about this. I'm not going to repeat it now. But thank you for your contribution finally. But your answer is addressed. Yes. So your super chart was 29 rupees. I know, and I called it out. And with a small amount, Google doesn't allow to put in the question. So I kept on asking who's A and where is the question. Maybe you're not there. So I'll take up your question. यार तुम लोग 29 रुपीज में इतना मेरे को डांट लगा देते हो कि यू मिस्ड माई क्वेश्चन ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. India is super demanding. Anyways, I'll pick up your question. My friend, I'll answer your question. मैं तो फ्री में भी आंसर कर रहा हूँ. I'm answering in free also, right? 15, 50, Gulbarga, Karnataka. Don't be upset, eh? I'm going to answer your question now. So went through a breakup last year with my long-term girlfriend. We were about to get married. When will I get married and can things reconcile? अरे यार ये बड़े sad questions रहते हैं. Mercury is sitting in your 7th house. And you went through breakup last year. Mercury is sitting in the 7th, and you had Sun Mercury going on, and then right after that, you also had Ketu Antardasha. Before Ketu coming into play, uh, I think you will be able to reconcile in your case. This is not a breakup of Ketu Dasha, it is a breakup of Ketu Antardasha. I think you will be able to reconcile. Venus and Mercury are in Parivartan Yoga for you. Okay. So खुश हो जाओ, Mr. A. There is a good chance you might be able to reconcile. Good chance. Okay. I'm not saying 100%, but there is a good chance. And it'll need some time. Please be patient. Please be patient. It'll need some time. Uh, Wait for end of this year. Things will start seeing improvement. Okay. And then, Then when the moon dasha comes in, everything will be sorted. Don't worry. And your marriage, my friend, will have to do some double clicks for you, yaar. Your marriage, I will not recommend just from your chart, yaar. I need to see the chart of the other person as well because that is required in your case. Astik Kumar. Yeah, I'm going back to the order. I'm going back to the order. So, A, your question is answered. Okay. Let me go back to the order because A, you have retracted also. In my screen, I see your question is retracted. So, and everybody who's pinging in 2 3 times, I will go ahead and guys, it's a very clear cut ask in my channel. If your question is fucking urgent, then you bloody contribute. If you cannot, then just put it once. And I'm so sorry I have to use this kind of language, but it frustrates me because it blocks my entire screen. It's not good here. I know you are waiting patiently. Just be patient. I'm going to come back to each of you. Astik Kumar, let me look at your question. It's my life. Where is it? See, these people, they put in so many questions in repeat order, and then they think that because of that repeat, if I see one question, one person's name at one place, it keeps getting repeated, so I lose the order. And you guys don't understand this. Guys, either your time is important or your money is important. Both things cannot be important. Okay, understand the concept, how fundamentals of economics work. Okay, Astik, thank you for your patience, Astik, and I will answer your question. 16, 10, 2003 to 32 am, Dhanbad. From now on, every time I see a repeat question, I'm going to just remove that person from the chat. As simple as that. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to do it. Can you tell me about my education and career through a tough phase preparing for JE? Your fifth lord, Jupiter is in. You should be good with studies, Astik. You should be pretty decent in studies. And your Saturn is sitting in 11th. That is the lord of your sixth. Okay. So Astik, let's look. You are running through Rahu Dasha. And Rahu as an aspect both on Jupiter as well as your fifth house. This year again, see, until the end of Rahu, and Rahu Mars will come into play because Rahu Moon is running. Rahu Moon is not going to be great. um, Rahu Mars is going to be active from November of 2024 till November of 2025. And no, yaar. I think you're going to see respite after Rahu Dasha only when your Jupiter kicks in. And your Jupiter kicks in right after November 2025. Once your Jupiter kicks in, you are going to be sorted. But in Rahu Dasha, I see because your Jupiter is getting in trine with Rahu, they are in trine to each other. That is where the problem is, boss. I see success in education coming in post uh, November of 2025, my friend. Okay. All right. There is somebody who is paid, and I need to jump onto that. So, Ranveer, 24 7 1999 8:05 a.m. Dehradun. Can I be a government teacher? If yes, when? Uh, okay. Government job. Lung Lord is going and sitting in the 12th house for you, which is your sun. And Jupiter is sitting in the ninth with Saturn for you. Okay. By the way, there is a Raj Yoga. Jupiter is also Lord of fifth, and fifth of Lord coming in ninth. So that is the case. But Mercury is sitting combust. So your 11th and second Lord is combust. That tells you about your money making chances, which means that the money making may not be as much as you aspire. Now, the best probability for you to crack a government examination starts from April of 2025 till April of 2026. That is the only period in your year when you have a potential chance of cracking an examination. However, I feel that more than exploring a government job, see, professionally, whatever you're going to do, you are going to put in your heart and soul. That is true, Ranveer. That I can tell because your 10th Lord is sitting in Lagna. Your life is going to be all about doing good amount of hard work. You are going to do that. However, government job is not something that I see promised in your chart because Sun is getting that eclipse from Rahu and Ketu. Sun is sitting in conjunction with Rahu. You can try. I've given you the best window, April to April 25 to 26. But the better probability for you would be getting into some sort of public service, even politics. Ranveer is going to be very good for you. Your moon is also under debilitation in the fourth house. I see okayish amount of assets. I do not recommend, even spiritual teaching might be something good for you. Being a spiritual teacher, not a government teacher, spiritual teacher, you might reach that point. But if you want to make money, leave your hometown. Go away from your hometown. Don't stay in Dehradun. Go away and you will do well. Farther you go, better you will do. Hmm. Go away from your hometown, Ranveer. That is going to give you a lot of growth and you are going to do well. Long, long distance away from your home is going to be very, very good for you, Ranveer. Okay. All right. Coming back to the order. R- Rohan Gahlian. Taking Rohan's question now. Um, 18, 1, 2001, 13, Sonipat. Um, how would be my rest of the year? Okay. Saturn with Rahu is going on. Rest of your year, you need to put in a lot of hard work, boss. Lot of hard work in in whatever you're doing. Okay. Uh, Ideally, this is the period which will shape very good job opportunity for you. If you need to travel and do some short distance travel as well, pilgrimage, that is also an option. But the more you travel towards achieving your goals, it's going to give you very positive outcome, very, very positive outcome if you do that. Okay. That is a quick response for you. Now we're going to pick up Meena's question. Meena, 9th May 1987. 9th May 1987. Varanasi. Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Uh, Job, yes, issue will be there. Your Mercury is also combust, Lord of Sixth. Okay, that is also combust for you. And job, it's not about being in trouble right now, and you are going through Mercury Antardasha. This period is not going to be good for you. You are facing trouble all the way till October of 2025. Okay, so it's going to be tough period. You are going to recover from that period, and then the next 3 years are going to be very good for you. Very, very good for you, Meena. But it's a troublesome phase until then. So I hope that answers your question. We'll go on to the next one. Divine callings question has been taken care of. um, MG will pick up your question. 13/1/2001. 11:15 a.m. Hassan, Karnataka. All right, I will take 10 more questions after this because it's pretty late for me as well now. So we'll pick up 10 more questions and we'll pick up questions for the people who are waiting because a lot of you have already dropped off in assumption that your questions are not going to be answered. So I'm going to take it from the bottom and let's see. What kind of marriage and spouse? Married house looks very, very disturbed for you. Mercury is combust for you. It is the lord of your seventh. And sitting in this thing, please get your chart matched before marriage, and your good period for getting married is from October of 2024 till June till Feb of 2026. Okay, that is the best period for you to get married. Married life looks disturbed, but your husband could be very hardworking guy, very, very hardworking guy, very driven and motivated guy. Okay, so let us take some of the questions. All right, yeah. Ashwin Kumar says, I am there. Sayed says about his question. So I'll take few questions from here. I know you guys have been waiting. Let me take Soma Biswas. First question 6, 7, 1993, 10, 48, Kalyani, Bengal. And the question is Jupiter. You will be able to find a boy. I don't think there's a trouble there. Jupiter is the Lagna Lord, and it is the Lord of your seventh as well. Not Lagna Lord, sitting in Lagna. Sorry. So, and Hamsa Yoga is coming into play for you. You will be able to find, and it is in trine with Moon as well. Very good placement. You are going to find a husband. Don't worry. And you are going to find a husband in next 12 months. Very good period running for you. Don't worry. Marriage is in the chart for you. You are going to find a husband in the next 12 months. Very good period for marriage. Okay. Um, Syed Hassan, let me look at your question. December 26th. This is the second question I'm taking. 26th of December 1999. 2203 Karachi. Pakistan. The question is, uh, सब कुछ तो नहीं होगा यार, future finances, wife and everything. I'm just going to take immediate period for you so that you get answer for that. Your sun Mahadasha is going on, so look at my sun video. It's going to give you a very good understanding. This period for the next 1 year is going to be very, very good from your educational related gains, stock market related gains. If you explore something of that sort, you are going to make money in the next 1 year, 100%. Where is your Mars? Arey wow, Mars is exalted. Yes, very, very good period till May of 2025. When Rahu comes, then the problems are there. But until May of 2025, you might crack a good job offer, very good job offer you might get. I see growth in this period. Sayyid. So you should find some positive. Yes, Soma Biswas, marriage time has already started. Very good period is going on for you. Okay. So Soma's question is answered. Hassan, thank you, Hassan. Sayyid. Vishal, let's take your question. Vishal, 3rd of February 2001. 2001. 10:15 a.m. 10:15 a.m. Vishal Padak, I'm answering your question only. Chhatarpur, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, what is your question? Civil services. I have some problem with the chart now. Okay, it is coming up. Um, Ashwin Kumar, I will answer your question after this. Okay. So civil services for you. I see that it's going to be a little tough. I know you want to work in civil services. Little tough. Little tough because I see that the degree or the designation that you would want to qualify for, I see challenge in that happening. You might get I mean, if you are able to compromise on what you desire, you might be able to end up. Say, if you aspire for IAS, IPS, you might get a lower band, lower cadre. Sun is sitting in the sign of Capricorn. It is not going to give that result. It's going to give, you are going to gain from government job, that is there. You are going to make gains from a government job, that is definitely there. And you are good in studies. You should be good in studies. Moon is exalted, forming Gash Kesari Yod with Jupiter. Job will work fine for you. You are meant to do job only. You are a guy with a job mindset. But the quality will be diminished. You might not be happy with that bit. That's the problem. Else, it's a good chance. Okay. All right, Ashwin. 5th of August, 1996. 3:32, 15:32. Belgaum, Karnataka. Um, Export business in mother's name. Mother is in Aries. Sorry, Moon is in Aries. Saturn is in with Ketu. What is your dasha running? Moon dasha started. That is why you are asking. Hmm? Where is your Venus? Venus is in third. Paragya Das. No. Yeah, like there is a probability you can make some money out of that. Sudden gain will come at some point in time, like because Moon is your Bhagesh as well. It is your Badhak as well. Remember, okay? But it can give you some positive outcome. So it can give you some sudden gains. That is there. And Venus connection is happening with your 12th house. It's your business house as well, and sitting in 8th. So sudden income you might be able to derive sitting with a Lagna Lord. So yes, you can attempt that. You can attempt that. Okay. Okay. So next question is Bhas, 14th July 2006. Thank you, Vishal. Appreciate that. Thank you. 22:43. Havra. All right. So Abbas's question is, what field should I explore my career? Um, Banking may be a good option for you. Life insurance could be another area that you could explore. Um, do a job which takes you in a back end role. You will do well. That's why I'm saying LIC and banking. These two are very, very sound industries. Lagan Lord is coming and sitting in 8th. It is the Lord of your 10th house as well. So it's going to make you do well in that space. Okay. All right. Star seed. I understand you are here. Let me quickly look where your question is. That is the problem. People repeat their questions so many times that people like Star seed who might have written it once, their question is so hard to dig and find. Give me a moment, Starseed. I'm just trying to look where your question is. Yeah, I need a couple of people who can do volunteering and block these repeat question entrants. Starseed, I'm trying to look for your question. Give me a second, yeah. Okay, I'm not able to find it. There's such a crowd of questions that it's hard to locate your question. See, this is the time waste. I could have done a reading in the meantime. Starseed, it's not you. It's the repeat of so many. Yeah, if you can pose the question. I'll take a couple of more questions. If you can pose the question, that will be helpful. And in the meantime, I see who is online that I can answer. Uh, Actually, I've answered most of the questions. They were the repeat questions which was wasting us a lot of time. So, Starseed, you might be the only person who could be. Yeah, I've answered most of the questions. Yeah, yeah, I've answered all questions rather. Okay, good. Starseed, I'll wait for you to post your question. Any last two questions is what I'm going to take now. So, where and how I can meet the person? Yeah, I need your birth details and everything. And it's a 1 minute wait. So if you don't put your question in entirety in one go, I will not be able to see it. Yeah, I think I've answered most of the questions. Yeah. All right. Krishna's question is here in the meantime. Um, Krishna's question is 22nd March 2002, 13:05 p.m. Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Okay. And your question is my Atma Karka is Venus in 10th and my Adhara Karka is Sun, both are in 10th house. Then what is my career? Starseed, I don't have your birth details. So if you are not able to put in your, because I don't see them, it's not visible to me. So please, in the meantime, I'm answering Krishna's question. If you can please put in your time, date, place, I will then be able to take up your question. So you're saying your Sun and Venus both are in the same house. Your Atma Karka and your Dara Karka. See, Venus is an exaltation, and which one is your Venus is your Atma Karka? Good, and Dara Karka is Sun. Good. So one thing is, and you have Gaj Kesari. You are going to meet a person. You're very very driven towards your partner. You will also have a spouse who's very pious, very um, submissive, giving kind of a person. I will not be surprised if you find your spouse through your profession. Okay. Luxury will drive you, happiness, beauty, all that. Um, Leading a luxurious life is going to be something that's going to be motivating you. And you are going to find your spouse very high probability either through your profession or in a professional landscape or at your workplace. Very very high chances. So Krishna, that is there for you. Overall life is going to be smooth for you. Gaj Kesri Yog gives smooth smooth life in general, like not too many turbulences and stuff. Okay. So that is that for you, and I'll give 30 more seconds, star seed, if you have your question coming in. Else, if there are no more questions, then we'll have to stop this. So 30 more seconds for the question, star seed. All right, something seems wrong, star seed. Maybe it's not coming through. Maybe today is not the day. All right, Sarsi, I don't see a question coming in. We'll have to end the stream now. We've done a 2 hour stream, and I'm so thankful for you guys to participate and join the session. Um, Please keep waiting. Some of the videos should get released this week, and we will release that too. Okay, have a good one. Bye bye.